with Jason Harker, Director of Japanese Knotweed Expert, who was one of the first 5 people in the country to be qualified to the highest level. So tell me, have there been any changes with regards to Japanese knotweed and purchasing a home?
There has actually. Back in February of this year, the TA6 form changed. Previously there was a question on there that basically asked if the home or the house was affected by Japanese knotweed. That's exactly the same. And there's 3 boxes, a yes, a no, a not known. But what's changed is the guidance notes on that. They've become far more clearer and really do put some emphasis on the person selling the home to look for Japanese knotweed.
So give us some more information with regards to the outcome if I tick one of these boxes.
Okay, so there's 3 boxes, a yes, a no and a not known. So if you tick the yes box, then obviously that means you're saying there's Japanese knotweed in the garden or in the neighbouring garden. So we would need then to have a survey carried out and a management plan put in place. Now, if you were clever, you'd do that completely in advance of selling the house, because that way, if you have that paperwork in place and the mortgage company will be quite happy, the seller, or sorry, the purchaser will be able to raise a mortgage, etc. And there shouldn't be any issues. If you tick no, and this is where the guidance notes come in, because a lot of people are ticking no, but the guidance notes actually specify that you have to be certain that there is no Japanese knotweed growing above ground level, but also that there's no roots or rhizomes growing below ground level, invisible to the naked eye. They also stipulate that there should be no Japanese knotweed growing within 3 metres of the boundary. So unless you're an expert horticulturist, the chances are you're not going to know that. So it's really important to be absolutely certain if you're going to put no. Because if you do put no and there is, then it's misrepresentation. If you put not known, which I think most people are now putting or should be putting if they're not getting a survey, that basically then puts the onus on the person purchasing the property. And they really should be insisting then on a survey to make sure there is no Japanese knotweed in the garden.
So does this mean I shouldn't buy a house with Japanese knotweed?
No, not at all. You know, Japanese knotweed affects roughly 1 house in 20 in the UK. So saying I'm not going to buy a house affected by Japanese knotweed is ridiculous. But what it does mean is that you should get really good professional advice. You should get somebody who's qualified to have a look and survey the property in Japanese knotweed, and then get the necessary paperwork. And perhaps I'd also probably add in there, make sure that whoever you use has got the correct professional indemnity insurance and the right experience.
So is there anything else we should be aware of?
Absolutely. Because Japanese knotweed in the UK, as an average, devalues property by about 10%, so that's over £20,000. Really important to get this right. What you don't want to be is somebody either purchasing a house that has Japanese knotweed or somebody selling a house and not realising it's got Japanese knotweed. You know, that's not a good situation to be in. So make sure you've got all the boxes ticked, make sure you've got the right people in place. But if you do that, then you should be absolutely fine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.